It's a journey, y'all. It's called The Journey Within. That's what my friend said to me. She said,
Genius.
there's no greater journey than the journey within.
You know what Spirit was like, yo, before we even get to that one, let's just keep going. Like, wow. Oh my gosh, too many cards, Spirit. Okay, but I'll take the first one. What was that? Venturing, the unlimited self. Okay, interesting. Okay, one more or two more. Okay, let's see what's cooking here. Let's see what's cooking here. There I was saying that there's something about a countdown. And you know, it's just like, no, we just have to reshuffle these decks. You know, we just have to reshuffle everything that's happening over here. Just put everything there. I'm just seeing the Wheel of Fortune. Let's just put all these cards together. It's just like put them in different parts of the deck. Give it a nice, proper shuffle. Yo, what's good, Soul Tribe? I hope you're keeping well, doing swell. In the highest vibration of love is where we dwell. Now, I mean, cloudy out here. Like, ooh, something about smoke, something about clouds, change of temperature, change of season. Ooh, Two of Cups in the reverse. Okay. Who is this that's not aligning with us right now? Oh my gosh, like these cards just got so sticky. What we got at the back here? Ooh, 10 of Cups in reverse. Oh my gosh. Okay, Spirit says I need to take that out. And I just saw the Sun card, but of course it's just like, okay, Spirit saying let's just keep going. But anyways, yeah, I hope you're doing good. Hope you're feeling great. Okay, here we are. Oh, wow, there's something over here. There's a countdown to something. Okay, so first card that came out, Hierophant. We've got the Death card and Knight of Wands, and then we've got what is this? 8 of Wands. Okay, let's do this actually just to make it a little bit more sense for me. Okay, let's put the tarot at the top. Okay, I think we're good actually. Oh wow, look at that imprint at the back. Okay, cool. So, welcome, gang. Welcome. You know, with me just like coming out of the energy from the previous reading straight into this one, yeah, I'm still on this thing about there being like some kind of countdown for us or for the collective. And yeah, just as I was like, you know, just setting the cards back up, trying to shuffle them and so on, Spirit was like, no, we actually want to go and explain what this countdown is with these cards. So I don't have to jump into the new deck just as yet, right? But them even like scratching my nose, which means we're clocking it. But anyways, this is the deck I wanted to use, but I still will. Okay, interesting. Still will. There's something about your will or something being still. You know, we were getting something about peace, right? Which is what we have over here, Angelite at the back of the deck. We got peace at the back of the deck and something about silence as well. So still will. So I'm getting like something about like a moving prayer or like silence in motion. But still will. Your intention still will happen, right? Again, which is what I'm saying here. And with me even tying that to this countdown energy, it's like something is still going to happen, but you just need to have faith, you just need to trust. Interestingly, it aligns very much with what I'm seeing here on the table, but I haven't really had time to like dive deep into it, but let's do it together. So thank you for being here with me. Let's see what Spirit wants to say, and we're going to unpack together. So first card that popped out was the Hierophant. I mean, come on. If we did not need a further confirmation that there's a presence of God here, there's a presence, oh, my left candle just started flickering all the way. There is a presence of a divine spirit. This could also be coming through as like a union. Also like maybe some tradition. I'm getting something about maybe someone wanting to be merged with someone. So maybe you still will have the right people coming into your space, the right partner, the right collaborator, you know, something like that. But I think I would very much like to expand on that. In fact, I want to expand on all these cards because Spirit just came through. And I feel this is going to be very much a collaborative reading. So let's see where we go. 4-4. Woo, my left is going off right now. Okay, Spirit, let's go. We're taking our time. The next two cards that came out together is the Death in reverse, as well as the Knight of Wands in reverse. So I don't know, maybe something has been withholding a transformation. Maybe it's that stillness, not being able to actually take the steps towards this transformation. You know, I always say, you know, for some things to be elevated, some things have to be descended. You know what I mean? Some things have to die so that others get to live. So there's something about this transformation that's being held back. But then also it's maybe speaking to this Knight of Wands being held back. It's like not bringing something into your reality, not taking the actionable steps towards that. I don't know what that actually is right there. But you know, right now all I can think of is like, damn, like what about all the things that I want to do that I'm still yet to do? But I don't know, maybe this applies to somebody in the collective as well, is to say like you have all these ideas, all these intentions for what it is that you would like to cultivate within yourself, but then, you know, as much as you set an intention for it, you don't actually execute it as what you thought. But maybe there's something that needs to transform or shape up within you so that that can actually be executed. I don't know what that is, but we're gonna get into that. And then the next card here, the Eight of Wands. So this is a lot of signs, synchronicities, messages about your path, about what it is that you actually need to be doing. So definitely, as we see, there's a presence of God here, and there's a presence of a transformation, but it needs you to not be inconsistent with it or have this like kind of start-stop energy, like to really follow through with it. And you know, you're just gonna get more signs and synchronicities along the way. There's something about like the journey being revealed over time, and perhaps not like having all the like things in order at like once, and like trusting that it's gonna be revealed over time. Next one that I have here, so these are like now the crystal oracle cards. The first one that we have here, which I placed underneath the Hierophant. Okay, Spirit said let's read them together. So we have the Hierophant, right? But then behind that, it is the Boji stone. Balance, align, and clear. Wow. So interestingly, I'm getting this as like God is coming through to balance and align and clear your life so that these collaborators, this divine partner, this new union that's ultimately going to change the way that you live, the way you perceive yourself, is going to improve or change, alter, such that you can actually serve your purpose, but not only your purpose, but like a greater divine purpose. Because it's like, why bring an energy, a frequency into your space, into your life, if it's not going to serve the highest and greatest good? And also, for some things to be introduced, we need to do exactly that. We need to balance, align, we need to clear. So something needs to be removed. You know, it's also speaking to like, you know, an age of like becoming. Imagine like you want a queen or you want a king, but then you are not a king or queen yourself. So you are going to attract someone who is reciprocal to you, or an experience that is reciprocal to you. Oh my gosh. And that's why we have the Two of Cups over here, because this is like the side energy, because I've been led to put these cards on the side, right? And it's interesting why I was saying that we had the Two of Cups there in reverse, we have the Ten of Cups in reverse, and we've also got the Star in reverse. So it's interesting, it's like you want reciprocal connections, you want an equal balanced exchange, right? You want like this divine purpose, this divine union, right? Because I mean, even in both of these cards, we're seeing two people, and with both of them they turned around. But in this card here, with this one here, we're seeing them that they are actually present and standing in the upright. So it's like God can only bring this in when you recognize that there are some things or some people, some experiences that are actually not aligned with you. It's like, why perpetuate a certain narrative or continue doing something that is actually not going to uplift you or bring you into the space or environment that you want to be in? So again, if I'm the king and I want a queen, I have to become the king so I can attract what is me, because ultimately that's what ends up happening. And again, I say ultimately, it's like one of my favorite words, but like for real, if you don't heal, right, which is what I'm seeing here with the Star in reverse. Okay, Spirit wants us to jump to this side. How do we have these cards? This one, then this one. If you don't recognize that like some of the things that you are still joined to, some of the people and experiences that you are joined to are actually not going to bring about harmony, balance, fulfillment for you, you don't get to step into this healing energy. You don't get to step into your stardom or your freedom or your star power, so to be, right? You don't get to be the best and ultimate you if you don't remove those things that are actually not in alignment with you. Because it's like, doesn't everyone, okay, not everyone, but like most people, right, want to be with people that, like, okay, for example, let's say you meet the love of your life and you guys have the rest of your lives together, which is great. You meet your best business partner and you guys have a beautiful business, and it's great. But like these two things, the reason why these two cards or these two experiences or these two messages, they're coming through like this way because there's a need for healing, which is actually what's being brought forward, which is what has not happened. There's something that you need to heal, which is actually part of the rest of this reading, this death card, Knight of Wands, and these signs and messages that are coming through to you, is to say, the moment you can heal whatever it is that's like bothering you, troubling you, maybe it's even like the pain of like past connections, past ideas of wish fulfillment, or things being like culminating into this great divine experience, this great divine essence, presence, and you realize that like, oh damn, I believed in love, I thought that was the love of my life, but then they hurt me and I'm tired, like I don't want to love again, or I don't want to pursue my passion again, I don't want to take a chance on this business or this opportunity again, because there's evidence of like previous experiences that didn't necessarily work out, where you were not with like minds, you were not reciprocal, or they were not kind of structures or setups or foundations that were put in place, oh goodness, confirmation verb, for you to have the best experiences and have this overflow of the cups. Because I mean, just looking at it this way, with the cups all being in reverse, it's like these cups were spilled, but it's like, do you recognize that those things were there to actually teach you, you know, for you to have a new tradition, a new way of being, you know, to see yourself in a new, different way. And those experiences, just coming back to this card here again, right? God is coming through with this divine order, with this divine intervention, I would say. I'm even getting the Tower card as well. But it's like this balance comes across with also these hands. It's like the path is now cleared up. It's like, you see with the hands like blocking to the sides? It's like there's this instruction, just like look at that wand over there. Oh, sorry, it's on this side now. This wand over here, this divine instruction, this path has been cleared, where like the presence of your guides, your angels, your ancestors, you know, the higher ups, the forces, the universe is coming through to say, we are now going to bring balance, but you need to learn from these experiences, and that comes with the balancing, the clearing, and the aligning as well, right? I mean, just look at these columns, they are straight. So columns, right? Things that we go through, things that hold things up, right? Balance. I'm getting something about beams as well. So you're not only beams is in construction, like holding things up to balance, but I'm also getting beam, like your light. How do you work your light? In this card here, we are seeing like how there's this light like going down in this, you know, it kind of looks like the Ace of Swords in a sense for me. So I don't know, it's like the moment you have some clarity on how to best use your light, that's what, you know, brings it forward to say, yo, look at what's actually happening here. You know, I'm even being led to that as I look at like the Hierophant, and it's like the Hierophant just putting it above this card here. There are like a bunch of like crosses or even plus signs going down. So it's like you are adding to your light. These experiences were only there to add to your light, to help you learn and better discern where you need to apply peace, right? Where you need to bring in this blue energy. Again, I'm getting throat chakra, also a bit of third eye as well over here. So what it is that you're seeing, what it is that you're speaking, you're responsible for, else also communicating not only to others but to yourself about what it is that you would like to manifest and create. Wow, so beautiful when we just let spirit cook, right? But yes, I'm being led to the back of the tarot deck. Here at the back of this tarot deck, we have the Seven of Cups. So you have multiple options that are being made available to you. What it is that do you want to experience? What is it that you want to feel? You know, where are your emotions? How can you put the energy into motion? You know, you have a powerful ability to choose, to decide what it is that you would like to feel and to experience. So I mean, today, what did I say? Did I not just say earlier on, like I woke up and chose violence, or I chose peace or something? Goodness. But you can choose, like, yo, today I want to choose the dragon, you feel me? And another day I want to choose the snake. Another day I want to choose this crystal. And these towers, and another day I want to choose peace. I mean, just look at that over there. Interesting how this figure is in blue, and then also on this side the peace card is also in blue. And I actually saw, oh look, goodness, I'm scratching my nose, we're clocking this thing. Listen, I saw this video, a YouTube short, where they were talking about why some deities are colored in blue. Like, for example, you'll see, oh gosh, come on now, clocking this thing. Let's say you'll see like Krishna being depicted as being in the color blue, and it's because the color blue is vast, like the sky, like the ocean, that these blue beings are unfathomable. They are infinite in nature, in being, in ability, right? Okay, I see the deck kind of just split itself over there. Equality in love. Wow. And this is what? The Morganite. And we had the Angelite with the peace. Interesting. Equality in love. They are always saying, like, for this union to come in, equality in love. And we're not just saying that, like, this energy is not reciprocal. So definitely something about love, yo. Oh my word. And then there also, like, this was not an equal connection, right? Oh my word. Who hurt you? I'm so sorry. It's like, if you want a new love to come in, you have to heal from the previous unequal loves, the not reciprocal loves. Oh wow, you gotta heal from this thing. I mean, with this figure being, kind of bare here with a bare chest, it's like, I see that you lead with your heart, and maybe that's what actually happened. It's like you're not wanting to put your heart into battle all over again. Interestingly that I'm saying this, because like I've been thinking about like love and different types of love, loving ourselves. I mean, in the previous reading we were getting something about self-love, self-care, and it's like, how do we love even the darkest parts of ourselves? How do we love our shadows? How do we love ourselves enough to be those kings and queens that can attract other kings and queens, experiences, opportunities, like even challenges? Because now I'm thinking about another YouTube short that I saw where this guy was speaking about like how your divine partner, your divine counterpart isn't going to just be all nice and gentle and kind with you, but they are also going to trigger you. They're going to challenge you to level up, to step up, because you are fulfilling a divine purpose. Like, why would the universe orchestrate a union between two people if it wasn't going to be for the highest and greatest good type of a thing? So, interesting, I'm speaking to two YouTube shorts, and I'm seeing that, that's why these things were like cut short, because they weren't equal. It was not reciprocal. Wow. Interesting. People thinking like, yo, I've been saying that like I want to spend less time on YouTube, right? But then it's so interesting like how I realized that it's just about managing my time that I spend on YouTube. Not to say that it's a bad thing, because everything should be in moderation. So how this ties into this reading, right? And how this healing is tying into this, I am getting the sense that like you would give too much. You, again, leading from your heart, you pour so much into people. Oh, my left ear is going off. You give so much, you pour so much. And, that ends up putting you in a detriment, in a position where you don't even have enough to give to yourself. So because you give so much to a point where it's like a fault, like giving to a fault, imagine that's the version that you've now become, such that now you attract people who are just going to perpetuate that narrative, who are going to drain you, who are going to siphon energy from you. So the moment you decide to change your mind and start giving to yourself and actually realize that it's a good thing because you are becoming the king or queen, then you attract what it is that you actually truly desire. Like, this is a call to say like, yo dude, you've been doing too much. You actually need to chill for a little bit. Instead of like focusing or worrying about like how this person comes in, have you spent some time balancing, aligning and clearing, learning from the previous things and actually getting to a point of healing, right? That which would be starting the upright, such that you can move into these new experiences, these new connections, these new unions with that better state of mind and some equality in the love, because you don't want it to be lopsided again, where you're giving so much, throwing yourself into these things and not having been discerning as to what is actually going to be of service to you. So now it makes more sense now that, you know, I'm channeling and like getting into the gist of the message. We've got 1954, 19 minutes in. I'm thinking 19 also as like, wow, being the last teen. So 19, like teenager. So this might be something that you experienced when you were 19 years old. I'm thinking, of course, this big collective might not apply to everyone or everyone here, right? Oh, let me just stretch my legs because I've been sitting here. Oh, goodness gracious. So it's like, imagine having an experience or maybe something that occurred to you in your younger years. Maybe if it's not 19, maybe even 20, I'm just seeing that now. But then that shaped your experience, or like you got hurt at that age, or you had, again, just something about you that made you think like, oh, this is what love is. But then you realize that that version of love was actually self-sabotage. Like that version of love that you thought was love was actually reflected back to you as not loving yourself. So you needing to love yourself first so that you can actually attract the right kind of love. You know what I mean? Goodness gracious. Oh my word, look at me moving this ring so much, like here. And I mean, it's like this really cool ring that I got, but I've got it on the ring finger, which would be the finger of union, right? And with me pointing out to it being an evil eye ring, it's like your love perhaps was like under attack, you know, intervention from other forces, maybe even yourself. I'm getting something about cheating and infidelity as well. I'm also getting that like, just other energies like trying to break up your unions or get into your opportunities, get into your connections, your businesses. Because again, what one person will see as equal love as like maybe pursuing their passion, doing what they like to do, another person looks at love as being with another, or taking it even further, love being the connection with you and your higher self, you and your spirit team. What was in the way of that divine union? You get what I mean? Whether physical or spiritual. Wow. So many levels that this is now starting to expand, and like, you know, I'm getting like this channel. It's interesting. I'm even seeing it almost like this column here, but it's like it was flattened out and then it's like gets elongated, it gets stretched out, because it's like now the channeling is not only increasing what's happening right now with me and what we're doing here, but it's like your understanding or your capacity is increasing because you've taken this time to balance and clear. It's like the pipes were clogged, and that's why this light is coming in to like clear all the pipes. That's why we've got all this white energy going through all the way there. So it's like what was once dark, as we're seeing there on the sides, is now being like, you know, washed clean because of this divine energy. So I'm getting that this orange yellow color over there on the side is like the presence of God, is the presence of this divine intervention, or this, you know, arrival of your spirit team, your higher self, or this universal energy or force coming through to say like, yo, this presence coming through the columns, through the clouds. Oh wow, something is coming through the clouds unexpectedly. Oh wow, the left candle's going off again. Something coming through unexpectedly to, like, again, I'm getting, like I was saying with the Tower card, coming through unexpectedly to clear the fog, to clear the channel. Wow, spirit. Wow. Cooking up in here. Wow. At the back of the other deck, we have the Emperor. Oh, wouldn't it be nice to see the Empress behind this? Ooh, wow, we've got death again, all over again. Like, come on, gang. Like, come on, we can't make this up. It's real. And when somebody's unalive, they are unalive. Like, you just have to accept it. It's real, right? And oh wow, for me to even say that, oh wow, 2 17s on the microwave, doubled up numbers, 17. But okay, yo, goodness. Okay, now I'm in the channel. Now I was like, oh, download after download. Okay, we're gonna check 17 in the angel number book, right? Just 17 by itself. And maybe that number is coming through twice because it's being like amplified, doubled, but also 17 as a time. But yo, you being Oh shit, sorry, we're still talking about the death card. There's a version of you that you need to leave behind so that you can actually be the version of you that you've always envisioned yourself becoming. And that's why this balancing, this aligning, this clearing is taking place, because those previous unions or experiences with other people or with your passion or the things that you wanted to experience, and the hurt and that pain needed to be let go of, right? So that you can get to this point of healing. So again, it's like you are the change that you want to see. You are the transformation that you want to see. It's like, for example, oh, my left candle's been going off. Like, let's say you want love, but the love that you really want in another person, you need to give it to yourself first. It's like you validate yourself before getting external validation or even seeking external validation, right? So there's just something about honoring yourself right now, being the change that you want to see in the world, becoming the king so you can attract other kings and queens. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm even getting this description of like a video I saw, but I didn't watch it. But it said something about like, you are the artist that you would like to be, or you are the artist that that's missing, something along those lines. And it just reminded me that like what we deem as missing in the world, what we are seeking to find in the world, we need to find it within ourselves, because we are it, so we are becoming it. And this is actually pointing to how like there's this journey of becoming that we all need to go through or are undertaking in this life journey. That's this life school, so that we can become these emperors, right? Be the rulers of our kingdom, have clarity, have direction, have distinction. You get what I mean? Like, imagine this emperor as being like all of the kings together. It's like you have gotten to a point of mastery because you didn't shy away from the transformation. And behind that, Four of Swords in reverse. Wow. Oh, okay, this is hitting. I'm getting something about like not having ignored the intuitive hits, the things that came to you in your dreams, your visions. Oh yes, the visions, not forsaking the visions and the dreams, and reminding yourself that, it is a process. Like how somebody goes to sleep and you sleep for like 8 hours such that you're renewed, you're refreshed, you're restored. It's a reminder that even our greatest transformations take time, such that you can become this great emperor, this great being who's respected, acknowledged, revered, who has power, who has dominion. You get what I mean? And it's like, look at this emperor being depicted with the roots there at the bottom on top of the hill. And it's like, there's the sun in the background, which is a star. And we have the star over here. So it's like the moment you can heal, and like your healing journey is now behind you because you've healed that big thing that was once holding you back. You now get to set new roots and branch out and become whatever else that it is that you want to do, right? Because like, yo man, in fact, you being the tree is you becoming. That's you going from the seedling to spreading your roots, checking what is your foundation, like what is it that you believe in, because now again, look at us talking about the clear channel. I mean, that's like the tree trunk going all the way down to the bottom, right? So it's like the tree, the embodiment, what is within you needs to be clear. You need to even clear your chakras so that you can be the best you. You need to be the clear channel. You need to be clear on what it is that you want to create. You need to be clear on, these messages and signs and synchronicities that you're receiving, because the moment that you are clear is the moment that you can actually perceive them and understand what's actually happening over here. I'm getting something about like how you've had this opportunity to step into your most abundant, affluent self as this emperor. But the challenge here, which is why these cards are coming through in the middle, is that there's been an avoidance to taking the actionable steps that are actually going to lead you to not only committing to yourself, but committing to your path in your journey. There's something about like not always having everything figured out, right? And I understand it. It's like we see a movie, and I think movies have actually like kind of messed up with our like perception of what life truly is. It's like we see the main character, and without even knowing the full plot or the full story, we know that they win at the end. And even in our own lives, we know that they win at the end. But before we've seen the movie, we already have the whole like synopsis, the whole breakdown of the movie, because we saw trailers, we saw all of these different things that like kind of led us to knowing exactly what the movie was about. Maybe we even watched a review or something like that. But you know, I'm here, I'm scratching my thigh, and it's like, can we take the right steps in our life without knowing what the trailer is, without knowing what's following, like an actual car trailer? I'm getting the Chariot card right now. Like having the drive, that action, that push forward to move ahead, even though there are some things that appear cloudy, that have fog, have some sense of mist in them, you know, having some wisdom to know that as we take the steps, that God, angels, guardians, ancestors, ascended masters, higher beings and forces, all wishing us well, because in the highest vibration of love we dwell. Listen, they are gonna reveal the path to you, and you don't have to worry about, you know, the step that you take. Like, because with me even looking at the Knight of Wands in this reverse energy, it's like it's coming through as like somebody who's inconsistent, somebody who like brings something into the reality, then lets it go, like does something, then lets it go. Whereas, you know, with this horse also like being pulled up, you're like, you know, when the horse stops in his tracks, it's like being in a position to like even temper yourself, but it's like not being able to acknowledge that, because it's like, this is like this, oh my word, yo, spirit is just like coming through with some other visual right now. But I'm getting a visual of the Temperance card, right? Where you are not necessarily like alchemizing things. You're not like taking a little bit of this, a little bit of that, like learning from your experiences. Because that's, oh, okay, that's how it ties in with this Death card. Because what's happening in this Death card, right? Let me just explain. All those in the tarot workshop, you know how we do. This person is on this horse. Oh, interesting. There's two horses here. Oh my gosh. Like, okay, that's another download. We're going to get to that. And I know we still need to read the number 17 in the book. We're going to get to that too. But in this card, this person, let me just give like a brief story of this card. This person was like on a journey. They arrive on this horse. And oh my gosh. The Hierophant is also in this card. And it's this being over here, standing over here, but it's like, and the sun and the star is all in this card. It's like everything about this reading is pointing to your transformation. Oh my gosh, I'm getting all these shivers right now. Spirit, oh my gosh, and it's speaking to the moon as well. Oh my gosh, wow, this just hit me like a ton of bricks. 3244. Woo-wee. Okay, hold up. Give me a second. Whew, damn. Okay. Yo, I think I got this. But check this out. You are on this white horse. The pure, divine you. You experience all the things that you've experienced. You've been shielded and protected by spirit. But on the inside, at the heart level, you've been hurt. That's what you need to heal. But you make it to your destination. And you realize that as much as you made it, as much as you've been protected, all these other people, look at them. They've experienced actual unaliving. But you, even though you were hurt, you are still moving. So this is that realization or epiphany, culmination of these thoughts in your head or these experiences that made you realize like, oh, damn. I actually need to become a different person. I actually need to change. I actually need to let go of what once was. You know, I'm getting something about like even being in a war and putting up a flag, like, you know, like a war cry. It's like there's no longer war anymore. There's no longer a reason to fight with yourself or keep giving from this empty place such that it's draining you so much. Because again, you were overgiving, you were overextending, but you don't need to do that anymore, right? The reason why I was saying the Hierophant is also in this card, which is this being over on this side over here, it's like while you have been traveling with this sense of purity, this sense of clarity, this person traveled all this journey just to realize that they needed to go back within themselves. And that's who they met at the end of this journey, the Hierophant. But then we started with the Hierophant in this reading. So it's like you circled back all the way around through all these experiences just to come back to yourself and realize that you needed to grow, you needed to learn, you needed to expand. Because here it is, it's like, even when you left, other things happened in this place. I'm getting how at the back of this card there's like this is like almost like a depiction of the moon card, where things needed to be revealed to you, things needed to be understood. But then look at the horse looking right back at that moon. So it's like, even in your clarity, in your purity, which would have been you being in that state, right? Which is why the Four of Swords came. Oh my word, just behind that is the Lovers card. Fuck, shit, guys, whoever hurt you, I'm so sorry, man. People don't realize that they have to treat us so kindly. They have to nourish us, hold us, have the capacity to hold us. And that's the problem. These people that you were giving to did not have the capacity to hold you. Because you are this unlimited person, you are the unlimited self with the adventuring. You went on this adventure, right? But you were adventuring into yourself. And how can you expect somebody else to hold you when you are the one who's needing to hold yourself? But again, in your clarity, in you taking the rest, in that moon time, when the sun, not the sun is up, because it's a new season and we're still breathing, the sun is up, right? You have this opportunity to heal because you're the star, right? The sun is up. But it's like when the moon is up, you are not ignoring those intuitive hits, these downloads that come to you about what it is that you have been inconsistent about truly healing, about truly loving yourself and realizing what was part of your experience. Because if you continually work with, attract, or engage or even encourage actions, behaviors, people that are not having the capacity to hold you, uplift you, 3646, love you, enrich you, encourage you, then that's the energy that you're ultimately putting out into the universe, and that's what you ended up attracting. But it's like the moment you do this, right? The moment you take those intuitive hits, the moment you listen, behind that we have the Lovers. Not had, we have the Lovers. So, but for me to say had means that there were opportunities for this before in the past. Because that's why this looping has happened. And that's why we also have these people here. You came back all the way around, not only to meet this high priest, but even other people were waiting for you. You could have had a child, you could have had even other maybe friends, lovers, or your true divine love is waiting for you with God, with the higher ups. But then you went all that other way, experiencing all those other things, and what you once thought of as right, as true, a way of life, a way of being, doing, morals, traditions, that once is now no longer, and now you're stepping now into what is. Wow. And again, you have once had an opportunity for love. Your paths have crossed once before. Just look at that, how these two staircases are crossing and have gone in two different directions. You've crossed paths with your lover more than once. You've crossed paths with your great opportunity, your great expansion, your great business opportunity, whatever it is that is going to be a reciprocal energy to you, or whatever person, your spirit team. You could have been more spiritually inclined. You could have been more rich in heart, in mind, in spirit, whichever state that you are seeking to elevate in. It could have happened before, but it's okay. Forgive yourself. Here you are now. It's happening now. It's being presented to you all over again. And now it's being asked for you to trust and call on, just that greater level of trust, of faith, that you might not see what it is. Oh my gosh, my palm is getting itchy. Guys, come on, you know what they say, that's the money coming in, that's the blessings coming, that's the abundance coming in. Because now you guys were on separate paths, you met the other way, but because I said, you remember it's a loop, you're coming back around, you both are coming back It's like, I'm even remembering this reading I did about like how I was saying a portal open to turn back time. It's like an opportunity comes together where you guys now get to come back together and have this divine union. Coming together with your spirit team, with your higher self, with your new understanding, with your redefined, enlightened, more positive, more like healed version. Wow. 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 Woo-wee. I feel like just like mic drop right there. 39:49. Goodness gracious. And we said we're gonna check what 17 is. Let's just do that one time before I go into the other oracle cards. Goodness gracious. Wow. Yo. Wow. 47. The angels applaud you for staying positive and optimistic. They say that your optimism is warranted as your affirmative thoughts are coming true. Keep up the good work as you're on the right path. And look at that. You are definitely on the right path because you have been doing this balancing, aligning, and clearing and healing. Here I am saying you need to do it. And I think there's a part of the collective that needs to do it. But there's some that, actually, it's in progress. It's happening, right? And wow, I'm just getting all these shivers right now. Guys, you know what? Somebody's going to come back to this reading at a different date in time just to be reminded that they need to love themselves so that other people can love them. That they are the thing that they've been seeking. They are the person. They are the energy. Confirmation verb that they have been seeking outside of themselves. Honestly, you are who you think you are. Just accept it. And once you've done all that healing, just relax, bro. Relax, hun. You're like, you know what? Like, you don't have to constantly be like going into shadow work all the time. Because the moment you recognize who you have become, who you are, and you now stop being inconsistent about that, like, do I still need to heal, or can I actually like follow my path now? Just be you. Just me. Just me. Just yourself. But also trust me, trust yourself. Like, you know what? Again, the just me. Like, if you were to focus on yourself just for once, just me, just this time, like, come on, what happens? What happens? You know? It's like the only thing that has delayed your transformation, your rebirth, is you thinking about how it's going to affect everything else around you, you know, your environment, the people around you, like just everything else that's outside of you. And this is just coming through as like, you just need to be you, man. Like, you just need to be you. Spirit, let's get one more. Where we at with it? 505. Now that you've put God and spirituality at the center of your life, everything will change for you. Trust and know that these changes are answers to your prayers and that God is protecting and supporting you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And did I not just say at the beginning that God, universe, angels, guardian, source are here? And they came out first, and this number is saying that we put them first? Come on, like, come on, bro. Here's the elephant, the guys coming through to confirm that standing front and center is our spirit team or your spirit animal. I mean, there's even like a cheetah here on the side, but no, it's a leopard. Goodness, they're correcting me. But listen, this is the time of the elephant to be big and be strong and be seen, and the elephant be listening. But interesting how I was saying we've got two horses here, right? The light horse, the dark horse. This is a time for integration, gang. This is a time for you to recognize what needs to stay, what needs to be left behind. But again, if you are seeking to attract what it is that you really like, you need to become it. Because in this card, these two people here, right? Damn, I don't know what that was. But listen, these two people here, you can say they're twins. The one's red, the one's blue. And even here, you get what I mean? Two horses, two people. Definitely, again, the balance. The balance that you have within yourself will reflect outside of yourself. if this is not something that's already happening, this is confirmation for whoever it is that because you've done that healing, because you've done the transformation, it's time, gang. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Wow. Wow. Again, just look out for the signs, look out for the synchronicities. Let me spread the deck one time. Spirit, give me one more for this Eight of Wands. Like, what you saying? Ooh-wee. Okay, so I got the Ace of Cups in reverse, and behind that, I've got the Ten of Wands. Wow. Thank you for expanding on this. It's like you are now gonna look out and be aware of things that are not fulfilling, that are not adding to your experience. If these are not situations that allow you to pour yourself into, the things that Spirit is like steering you away from, because again, with the horse, right, the horse took a different direction. And even with this, like how the horses are both facing each other, the moment you face yourself and you acknowledge what is like in conflict, right, what is not integrating, right, oh, I have them facing each other, but I actually realized that if I had them the other way, they were actually not facing each other at all. Like, what is pulling you apart? The things that are not allowing you to be this integrated you, or not allowing you, again, because you were overextending, giving too much. Because here's this outpouring. This is like, you no longer doing that. Look for the signs and synchronicities or events that are calling on that previous version of you. And once you can recognize your triggers, you are now in a position to say, that was the old version of me who used to self-sabotage and just throw in, like, just dive headfirst into like the flames and stuff. Like, nah, you're not about to do that anymore. No way, Jose. Like, nah. That's the old story. I mean, how do we even have the death card appearing twice over here? Come on, man. Let something beautiful come out of this experience. Just be kind to yourself as well. I think that's very important and powerful here. But again, I just feel like, with the cups also being about like emotions and like intuition as well, I'm getting something about like you can feel what is for you. And one of my favorite saying, if it feels good, then it's God. Well, what feels good is God. And just check out my song in the description there, Ranger's Reality. If it feels good, it feels God, and you gotta live by that. You gotta make it a part of your being, which is what we were saying over here. Bring it into your reality. Don't be inconsistent with this thing. Thank you, Spirit, for the expansion on that. Behind the Ace of Cups, I saw the Ten of Wands, which is speaking to, you being very close to like completing this journey. So again, I was speaking to how this death card is speaking to somebody who went all this way around just to realize like, oh, damn. I need to reflect. I need to let my sun rise because people are going to sunset me. I have this light to expand, to express into the world. And you will ultimately bring yourself your own peace. Because like I was saying in the war, right? Like a war flag, when somebody puts up the flag, it's like they're calling for peace. They're calling for truce. And at the back of this deck here, we have peace. So that is what's happening. This is the countdown to peace. This is the countdown to your transformation. Wow. So the next 4 cards that I pulled from this, goodness gracious. That's power. Man. Wow, thank you, Spirit. Okay, let's take a young break. Take your drink, take your sip. Let's breathe, man. Yeah, no, we cooked. We cooking. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, guardians. Thank you, angels. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, all beings and forces loving us right now in this space, protecting this reading and protecting us as we navigate this energy, yeah? How beautiful. Goodness. Been talking. Anyways, let's go. 48:30. Your time just goes by. But again, like I just said, I'm going to let Spirit cook, and Spirit's cooking. All right. One more time. Chryso, Cola, silence. In the silence, in that stillness, not avoiding the silence, not avoiding the rest, you will receive downloads, intuitive hits, epiphanies, realizations, right? But I was talking about the beams earlier on. Look at that line going across. It's gonna bridge, it's gonna connect certain things. It's like this experience connects to that experience, and then you join them together like, oh damn, no wonder that happened, because when I did it the other time, and that result A and result B put me in AB, and I'm like, oh goodness gracious, now I can see that I was building the alphabet. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you are going to realize certain things. And even on this card, there's a bridge, there's also a beam, there's also a light going across there, and it's green, heart chakra, overextending, opening your heart and stuff. But I mean, just look at this one here, where like now it's like a lighter bluish color. So it's like the green and the blue came together. So it's like the heart, the upper heart now. Oh wow, with the throat as well coming together. Woo! It's like the moment you started to communicate better to yourself and actually allow this communication to happen, because silence is also a sound, by the way. Silence is also a sound. So the moment you went into stillness, the moment it all became clear to you, you didn't avoid it. 4 of Swords in reverse. You stepped into this thing. It could all be so simple. What's that Lauryn Hill song? But yeah, somebody just comment, please. It could all be so simple. Look at this simplification. And what is this? The aquamarine, right? And look at now the line going again, the beam going across. In fact, all of these lines, all of these cards have lines going across. It's the beam. Again, how do you want to work your light? How do you want to spread your light into this world? Do you want to spread it like full, unencumbered, like fully expressed? Or are you trying to like hold back and complicate this thing when it could all be so simple? Come on now, gang. Just smile, man. Like, you know what? Wow, it could all be so simple. Like, don't overcomplicate it, Just like look at it for what it truly is. Because like sometimes, like, I was thinking about like the wave in the previous reading, and like how you might easily like think like, no, but I've been pouring out all this time. I'm the one who's loving all this time. Thinking that like the problem is not you, but the people, the situations, But you end up like pulling back to yourself. This could actually be like even like a usurp, like pulling back all this energy, all these things that you're trying to give, all these new things, and it's like pulling them back and like, actually, if I just give to myself, oh, I've been the one who's like choosing bad partners. I've been the one elevating or exalting certain versions of love that I thought were love, which I actually not. Like, you are the one who gives energy to things, and where energy goes, energy flows. Or like, where focus goes, energy flows. And then, okay, my left ear is going off. Then you are appreciating nonsense. And if what we appreciate appreciates, meaning that we appreciate it and it grows and expands, and then you giving energy to crap, and you get more crap, and you don't realize that it's you. So come on, just forgive yourself. Be kind to yourself. I was saying that earlier, but you can be simplifying that. But again, what is it saying here? Hemimorphite. Oh, I love this crystal. Unlocks the upper chakras. But it's saying here, the egoless state. Because the moment you can realize like, there was something about your ego that actually got you into those situations. There was something about your ego not having been healed, right? There was something that made you think that those toxic behaviors or those toxic ways of being were love or were reciprocal, that they were going to be fulfilling and harmonious, but they were not. But now you've healed your ego, you understand how to please and, work with your ego, this balance between your ego and your spirit. You are now unbound. There's this separation of the clouds, right? What was once tying you or blinding you, shielding you. But in this egoless state, you realize like, you know what, like my ego can actually serve me and it doesn't have to work against me. And you start to use your ego, because your ego is ultimately there just to protect your unhealed inner child. You know what I mean? Like, okay, there's a lot to say about ego, but that's one of them. But for me to say that, yeah, again, the ego is protecting the part of yourself that was unhealed, but the moment you heal it, then you realize that your ego can actually now start to be of service to you. And yeah, there's just so much I can say about ego, but I feel like maybe that's for another reading, but you know what, if this is resonating with you, just hit me up. Maybe there's something specific that I've got for you about your experience or your journey with ego. I'm thinking about how, like, in like one of my coaching sessions, there's this girl that I was helping out, and I remember telling her about ego and spirit and the balance between the two, and how you get to now use your ego for all of its positive attributes versus being in the shadow of the ego, because the shadow is the dark side of the ego, where like you now self-sabotage, you blow up, you destruct situations. It's like you're a walking ticking time bomb, whereas you now know when to direct that masculine energy, if you want to call it that, and then also know how to rest in your feminine, or have your feminine encapsulate your masculine, because the feminine is what's like housing and shielding, confirmation burp, this masculine energy. So the moment you can understand your relationship with spirit is the moment now you can actually like have the ego rest in the spirit, knowing that the spirit is what's guiding the experience, because that's where this trusting is coming in, where that fog, while it could have or might have looked like a shield or a hindrance in your journey, it was a call for you to go back within to yourself. Because I mean, even look in the star card, she's got her eyes closed, she's tapping in. Look at the star on the crown, on the third eye. Even this girl over here, I mean, look at that, she's sleeping. So again, what it is that you're looking for outside of yourself has always been within you. This was a call to go back into yourself. But then the ego was like, nah, I'm not going to be spiritual. I'm not going to like get into the silence. Because for some people, the silence is very loud, as much as it says silence. But it's because they haven't spent that time tuning in for so long that even the thought of being in silence is like scary. But it's an acquired taste, you know what I mean? It's like green tea. Not everybody thinks green tea is delicious, but I think it is. But I must admit, when I started drinking green tea, I was like, what the hell is this, bro? But like, you know what I mean? Now I love it. I love green tea. Like, goodness. I won't drink green tea in the morning though. Gets my tummy to go. But after a meal, let's go. You get me? Let's go. Last card that we have here is past life embrace. Oh wow. We've been talking about death and transformation and rebirth, and you know what, this past life embrace is like acknowledging that version of you performed the best at that time. Forgiving yourself, like, oh, me from 2 years ago was self-sabotaging, but you know what, it's okay. I forgive you. I love you, because that's what you knew. That's like your story. That's your journey. But now you have evolved. You are now better. You are stronger. You are wiser. And because I know better, I can do better. And that is that combination of all the beams, right? Because if I even put all these cards together, it's like all these beams are now connecting, and it's like this bridge. It's like, oh, that's why I was that version. But you get to embrace those versions of you that you leave behind, and it's like I'm even getting this like thought of like you having like a funeral for your old self, like, here lies version 1.0 of me. 1.0 was good at this, 1.0 was bad at this. Okay, funerals, people don't say what people are bad at. But you get me? It's like you're just recognizing the things about that 1.0 version of you as the 2.0 version of you. But because you've been going through these cycles, I mean, with this death card coming out twice, I'm getting that you might have already gone through like 2 rebirths, 2 dark night of the souls, 2 ego deaths. Like, you get what I mean? So you might be version 3.0, 4.0, 5.0. We're on the number 17, so you might be on version 17. Like, come on. I'm even thinking about how, but earlier on in the reading, I was thinking about like something maybe happened to you when you were 19. Could also be something that happened to you when you were 17. So something that you've lived with for a long time is now being put aside. And because you are now this new version, this new rebirthed version, the phoenix rises, it's like being graceful and kind, that older version, all the younger versions of you, the previous versions of you did the best that they could, and embracing them and loving them for what they are. But it's because you are now in this egoless state where you've simplified everything, and now you're in the silence, right? That now you are like moving with grace, moving with kindness to yourself. And that's what's allowing you to balance, align, and clear. Not only do this, but maintain this. Wow, we cooked right there. Thank you. Peace and love, gang. Yay, yay. Okay, Spirit, saying one more angel number. Let's go. This side this time. Thank you. Okay, I'm on 233 as well as 234, but I'm on 234 first. 234, you have powerful allies in the angels, archangels, and ascended masters. They are with you right now, helping and guiding you. Come on, gang. Come on. They came out first. They're coming out at the end. The beginning, the middle, the end. No matter how this whole thing goes. Like, come on. Come on, gang. You just got to believe it at this point. You are not alone. You are supported. You've asked 233. You've asked for the help of many ascended masters, and they are with you right now, just as you've requested. Come on, guys. Peace. 59 right there on the clock. And of course, clocking in. Like, come on, gang. You know what? Peace and love, gang. Thank you for joining me for another episode here of, oh yes, we said we're not gonna call it a daily spread because I haven't been going daily, but let's say it's soul medicine. I hope this really spoke to your soul and uplifted something within you. And thank you for joining me for another episode of Soul Medicine here on Roots Holistic. Check the statistics, gang. Look at your past. Learn. Trust me, you're gonna connect some things. And you're gonna thank me later. In fact, you're gonna come back to this reading later. I can just feel it. Someone in this collective is gonna be like, oh fuck. What was that thing he said again? Or what was it that my spirit called for me to listen to again?